Full disclaimer, talking about AI in this video, I'm not a computer scientist by any means, stretch of the imagination. I'm just going to use that, good old, if it was used regularly, it'd be called sense, common sense, to make the argument why AI can never fully take over. It's important to recognize that AI is here. It's been here, and there's numerous accounts and things going on. Look the information up for yourself. I know I have a lot more research on my end to do, but a lot saying that 2019, particularly, AI is coming even more online. As with things like predictive programming. Oh, Simpsons, coincidentally, no such thing as coincidence, had a episode in 2000 joking about Trump becoming the president of the United States. You also have the predictive programming of AI takeover. Is fascinating metaphorically, I see, as the Matrix film. That's one example. Terminator, another example. Various examples of movies. Those two being one of the most popular. Many more that follow. That despotistic era, right? 1984 with George Orwell, when it first came out, was seen as being very a futuristic, despotistic era that resembled what we just got out of with the whole McCarthyism era in America and World War II and all of that. And nowadays, 1984 is just like almost seen as a accurate prediction in many ways. Of course, obviously the novel highlighting more extremities, but even the extremities in those novels are great metaphorical examples of what's going on today. I just got back from prom care, and I was very relieved because my ear, I can actually hear more in my right ear than I actually remember I could hear. So I finally got that baby unclogged. But while I was waiting in the waiting room, everyone was on a screen. Everyone. There was about like 5 people or 6 people or whatever, or 7, it doesn't matter. But one of them wasn't using the phone, and the one that wasn't using their phone was watching the pre-game for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday today, it was on TV. And everyone else was on their phone. Like an instinct, the instant they sit down, their phone out. And I'm just there, I was on my phone a little bit, but it's usually often when I'm on my phone these days, it's YouTube. Just checking in on a video I was downloading. And it just, it brings forth something of an heightened observation to me, because even back 10 years ago, I don't remember it being that severe, where everyone's just continuously on their phone, as if it could be argued that AI is hijacking or is going to be the new intelligence that takes over. But again, it can't happen. AI, and this is very important to remember, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but again, in layman's terms, anyone can see that AI is only where it's at because of OI. OI is organic intelligence. AI, artificial intelligence. AI, in its sophistication now in 2019, in comparison to, say, even 10 years ago, is only gotten to that point because of the sophistication of social media, the negative polarity end of the internet, and the application that's used of the internet with these barbaric tyrannies in the form of governments that we've been onward with for millennia to bring us to this apex point of evolution, if you will. AI can be the proper application, in the proper application, can really help us evolve our internal cosmic intellect that we've, strayed from collectively. And, that spiritual disconnect that we've strayed of collectively, aka the social matrix, and where we're at now. Small examples is waiting in the waiting room of a hospital, a staff faculty joking that they shouldn't even be open today because it's Super Bowl fucking Sunday. Nothing against football, I just think the overhype of it is always, it gets to me. But at any rate, AI can't take over because AI wouldn't be where it was with OI. Well, what does that have to do with it taking us over or not? We are the original OI, original intelligence, organic intelligence. We are the foundation, right? AI taking over would be like, say, the literal representation of the Matrix, where we're just going to plug ourselves into the Sims game or World of Warcraft game forever, right? And we'll just like, oh yeah, like let's actually download our consciousness into this AI network and, you know, start, you know, this whole transhumanism thing. No, that's not the way. This whole transhumanism push, I see it as, once again, quoting George Orwell, the best forms of propaganda have slivers of truth in them. Things like Agenda 21 or the New World Order, if you will, there's slivers of truth in it. The word globalization is just like the word terrorism or communism or veganism. The instant you say it, it creates this bridge. It creates this divide. Abracadabra, we create what we speak, and it's part of the spell that we all, especially us on this, you know, empath path, light working path, we recognize, and we are always continuously conscientiously expanding our consciousness to merge with our subconscious, to reprogram, to truly reprogram our subconscious, is reprogramming our external reality, because that's every single makeup of the subconscious, and it's the link, if you will. AI will never have creativity, and one great example of that is if you ever had something that you're signing up online or putting your account information online, purchasing something, and then they have that thing where you have to type in the letters or the numbers in combination that's written as a film, right? AI technology can't necessarily, you know, depictate what those are, but an OI intellect, the original intelligence, can. Now, are there systems out there that can probably override that? I'm sure, of course. But my point is the creativity, the imagination, the empathic abilities that are coming online now more than ever. They lost my thought. Give me 1 second. The empathic abilities that are coming online in our imagination, visualizations, right? Our emotional intellect that our society suppresses, such as reducing education in the K-12 system is a place of indoctrination and authoritarianism, mixing that with education, where you're told to sit down, shut up, and don't daydream, and just be taught the same way like everyone else, as if a genetically modified plant would be growing in an agricultural, monocultural setting, industrial, chemicalized agricultural, monocultural setting. That is the that's something that to which society has suppressed, is that to which AI can never fully have. This is why the transhumanism thing is the ultimate argument. It's like, if we fuse, right? Sorry, interrupted there for a second. Lost my train of thought. Our emotional intellect and empathic abilities that we are remembering at this time is the very thing that AI can never have. Now I'm back on my train of thought. Because of that, AI will never say I'm back on my train of thought, because that takes me off of my train of thought. Raw videos. That's the sliver of truth in the propaganda that says we have no other choice but to submit to AI, thereby merge with AI. Why doesn't AI just completely take us out, man? Even if AI does, you know, multidimensional being, reality where it does take us completely out. Well, we're immortal, multidimensional beings. We just start the thing over again. It's not that easy or light or solace, but you know what I mean. I guess I'll conclude this video quickly by saying Blessed Barbara McCliniac, I might be mispronouncing her last name, sorry about that, Pleiadian channeler, talking about how within the nanosecond and post-nanosecond, which we're in now, between 1987 to 2012 is the nanosecond. And then post nanosecond, we're going through a learning curve, and we all know that on this path as light workers, that there's a learning curve that we are taking advantage of, and that happens when that happens at this period because we're evolving in real timing. So with that, because my phone battery, my phone memory is out of video time, I will say peace, love, and cheers, and take it till the end. 10:33. Ja.